Welcome to business. It's nasty. Welcome to bitch. You guessed it. Getting business. Hang out. It is Shanti Tay coming at you. Love to the bitch squad. P.S. I had a hat. I had like a hat. And then, if you're watching this, you know about the hat. If you're not, then you can imagine the hat. But P.S. shout out, not sponsored P.S., but shout out to Lambs. This is a Lambs hat. Love it. Love me some Lambs. Love me some radiation EMF protection. And also, side note, I switched out my like ring light for an incandescent. So whatever. We're just fucking around. We're just playing around. Okay, so I fucking decided to add some more to the Biz Nasty series, and here we are with episode number 7 of Biz Nast. All right, disclaimer: I cuss like a sailor. Take it or fucking leave it. It's in the most loving way possible. And these are like This is for your edumacation, okay? I'm like a teacher. I am though, so I get to say that. Hey. Okay, so can we just like build it? Can we like build it? All right, building rapport. So freaking important. We touched on it before. That's what she said. But we really did. We kind of tapped it, last episode, when we were talking about like kind of like the 1, 2, 3s of how to greet a client. And now I'd like to just dive into how to build rapport in not like a weird, creepy way. Okay, like how many of you can feel when someone is being polite? And when I mean polite, I mean that fake fucking version of nice. Okay? Can we just not? I would rather have someone like legit, I think, be like rude if it was honest than fake fucking nice. Like, can we just not do that? All right. It just creates such weird energy with whatever kind of like transaction you're working with, person to person, or if it's a group or whatever the case is. Just be honest. Just be honest. And next episode, we're going to get into posture and the importance of posture and the importance of breath. But right now, we're just going to touch in on rapport to kind of like, lead into that, because those things are just like, you can't really do shit without it, really. You can't really do shit without breathing, am I right? Okay, so building rapport. If you are listening to this and you're in like the coaching scene or like the healing arts scene, chances are you've probably, taken a course or a class on how to kind of like relate or build or relationship building. In Kundalini, we call it Kundalini yoga. We call it the relay arts. There is an art to the relay. Yes. Whether it's a romantic relay, a business relay, a student teacher relay, it's an art form, right? So you can have kind of like these, systematic steps. But if you're not bringing that kind of honest quality that is you to the table, you're probably not going to make a sale. And even if you do, will it be a returned client? We don't know. Probably not. Chances are low. And then beyond kind of like the business and then into this destiny piece, we've talked about co-creation before. Have I maximized this experience with this other person? Did I maximize this opportunity to have an exchange with this other person, to co-create with this other person, to potentially come face to face with a member of my soul family, whatever. And remembering that like each kind of interaction with each person, even if it's just like I met eye contact with another person as we passed along the street, and I might never see that person again. I have never seen them before in this life. That could be a member of the soul family, just kind of like, oh, catch you later, right? We have like these beautiful indications from our team that we originally kind of like agreed upon prior to incarnation, right? We've talked about this before, and yes, I promise we will get back into the biz, right? But this is all kind of very much tied together, because when we infuse kind of like this all that is knowledge into something that can be as mundane as like working in the service industry, right? You know, we can really have days, years, weeks, whatever, lifetimes where we're not, you know, all work is holy. We're not feeling like we're actually working, right? Because we're building rapport. So we've signed up for kind of like, okay, yes, team, all right, you're, you know, you're on this, that's what she said, you know, you play this role, I play this role, da 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 da. All right, when I see you crossing this street, I'm gonna give you a right, and then we go, that's our little indication, like, hey, I see you, we're on the right path, okay, good job. And then we won't see each other until we come back, you know, together for this, you know, whatever our past life review, you know, our in between life hangout, right? Right. So I like to keep those things in mind. And if that's a fucking match for you, it's a match. And if it's not like whatevs, right? But these are things that I really love to keep in mind for myself and for the people that I work with and for my clients, where there's always something more. There's always something extra in store. If we're willing just to um, not only just open our mind to that concept, but really open our heart. And that's what, like, genuinely building rapport, like a genuine connection with another person, requires an open heart. That's what I mean. That's the difference between kind of like just genuine kindness and then this fake fucking bullshit polite that I can't fucking stand. So, how do you do it? I like to, if it's someone I'm meeting, if it's someone I'm meeting for the first time, whether it's in person or online or whatever, right? Or even over the phone. You know, if it's in person or I can see them with my eyeballs, right? I just kind of scan. Now, some schools of thought will say, you know, start to mimic someone's behavior. Now, don't get too weird and wild with this, okay? We're not like single white femaling this shit when it comes to like mimicking behavior. But for example, when I was doing hair, if I brought my client over to the chair for a consultation, they're sitting down, I'm sitting down, right? So that brings us kind of like on the same kind of like eye line playing field, so to speak. And it's a little bit of a mimicked behavior, but you don't want to get too weird with it. But if you're just starting out, you know, just try stuff out. You know, so if the person's kind of like relax, lean back, you know, maybe you could relax and lean back if they're sitting up straight and kind of like alert and at attention, you know, but go again, just like, don't go too heavy with that. Okay. I like to scan the person's situation, clothes, eye color, makeup, whatever, shoes, right? Like even with dudes, it's like shoes. And if there's nothing there, then, you know, typically there's going to be something there, right? And if there's nothing like standing out, what could you compliment them on? I love a compliment, a genuine compliment. Even if it's like, I don't fucking know. You know, anything. Smile. You know, again, you're gonna have to feel out the situation for yourself. But building rapport is like, you know, whatever can be genuine. And if there's nothing genuine there, then you're just gonna say, it's so nice to see you. Is this your first time here? Or like, have you been coming here for a long time? You know, that's how you can build rapport. And because if you're scanning and there's just nothing, it's like, is this your first time here? Have you been coming here for a long time? And then how you build that rapport is then you talk about your first time coming to the space or place or wherever, your first time doing this work, or how you got introduced to it. And then you can go like, how did you get introduced to this? Or, you know, how did you find this building? And you know, do you smell what I'm stepping in? But you have to have that open heart. So again, if you're not scanning and there's nothing, don't fake it. But see if you can scan and come up with something like, oh my God, I like that shirt. Oh, da, 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 right? It's like, oh my gosh, you know, you like, I'm wearing a cat shirt. Or like, oh my God, radiation, am I right? Like, oh, you like lambs? See if there's something that you can be genuine, because it's like, oh my god, hi, how are you doing? Welcome. Can I help you with something? How can I help you? Right? Like, fuck off. That doesn't do shit other than repel. There's actually a repellent energy there. People start to clam up, they close up, there's a contraction in the energy, there's a contraction in the chakras, just shit in, there's a contraction in the breath, right? And we're, again, we'll get into the breath and the posture and why that's so important, because it gives you access to that kind of like the space of you, the space of like genuinely, like I guess it's like the confidence to just risk something by being honest and complimenting somebody, right? Building rapport, breaking the ice in a genuine way. We're also going to get into eye contact, because that is so important, and most motherfuckers are scared as shit when it comes to eye contact. But if you're not making eye contact, honey, we got some work to do. All right? So build some rapport. Why don't you? Okay? Mwah!